block. So, but before I open my screen, I would just like to have some other words like that, like to talk little about order block, because like the word also means order block. Like when we say like order, you understand? Like maybe now you are at home, you want to order for maybe you want to order for a food. Maybe you want to buy from shop right now. You want to order or from Chicken Republic, you want to order a food from Chicken Republic, you just okay, I want to order a plate of fried rice or jollof rice, which means that like you want to collect, like you want to buy that thing at that particular amount that they are selling it. Like you place your order. So when you say that order block, the block is just like the candle. Do you understand? Instead of saying like order candle, we call it order block because that block is like a zone. You understand? It is like a zone. So that is where that you want to order. That is where you want to order that thing. But now in this instance, you are not the one, like when they say it's order block, it is not as if that maybe I want to order it myself. Like because the market is moved by institutions. You understand? Like when I say institution, I mean the market makers, like people that trade with big money, like the big banks. So people like me now, people like some of us, we are like retail trader. You understand? So these are places whereby all these people that have big money, like the market maker, the big banks, people that use huge money to trade, where they want to place their order from. Maybe that they want to buy or they want to sell. So it means that's why we call it order block. It means that people, the big banks, they want to place an order at that block. That block is like a zone. Like it might be a candle, you understand? But you know that a candle will just maybe can open from a candle opens from $1, it closes at $2. You notice like a zone like that. So that is like order block. So it is a block, not just a price line. So fine. That's what we call order block. It is just like a zone. Order block is a zone whereby the institution where they want to place their order, that when market goes or market is coming back, when market gets to this zone, we want to either buy or we want to sell. You understand? So that is what we call an order block. So it is like a price zone whereby the big banks or the market makers where they place their order for either buy or sell. But how would you now understand when you say like, okay, order block, how will you know that okay, this is an order block? You understand? Like I will share my screen. You see after I will share my screen. So I will do the practical example, everything. So we'll try and open this chat, you'll see it there. So now, before you can know that this order block, how do you know that these people, this is where they place their order? That is why when we start this class, you are taught this candlestick, the Japanese candlestick. Like there are some candlesticks that also help you to know some places whereby reversals or continuation might be. So some of these candles might appear like they will appear at that price zone. You understand? So they will appear at that price zone. So that is why any topic that has been taught in this class, if you don't understand this properly, you have to go back to go and rewatch the video and study on your own as well. Because none of this topic that you can neglect. How this class is scheduled is that each and individual of the topic that you'll be teaching in this class, you surely need them in your journey. If you neglect one, it will surely affect you, because when we get to the wrapping class, like the combined one now, you see that you surely use everything. And if you could remember that since you have started this class, when we talk about the topic today, by next week, when we want to move to the next topic, you see that what we taught last week will surely appear in what we want to teach this week. That is how it has been, because the roadmap or the topics has been aligned in a way that you surely need this one before this one, and you have to know this one before you know this one. So now, that Japanese candle that you were taught is very, very useful. At times, mostly, price will leave those candles at a place whereby the institution place their order. Now, that is number two. But now, there are also some criteria that makes you know that, okay, is this order block valid or it is an invalid order block? You understand? Actually, whatever we teach you in this class, it is what that you are also tested and it works. But mind you, everybody has their own strategy of trading and their approach towards the market. Do you understand? So you don't feel like, okay, someone teach you this thing today, this one teach me this one tomorrow. You also have to now go ahead, do more research on your own. Then you are ascertaining your own personal facts. Because like some people will say, if someone teach this, someone this something like this, that person will say that this person taught me something is not working. It's like it's not working. It's working, but it is how you handle that thing. So now let me tell you, you can write it down. The criteria that you can use to know a valid order block. Number one, I will still show you everything when I open the chat now, because I don't want to rush so that you can understand. So number one, like a valid order block, it must have an FVG, like an imbalance. That's number one. Number two, it must break a structure. That is number two. So, and number three, it must be unmitigated. I will show us everything inside the chart. So it must be unmitigated. So when I say that it must be unmitigated, it means that, okay, don't worry, when I get back to the chart, I will explain that one. So let me open chart maybe so that this class won't be boring. I'm coming. Let me open chat now so that it won't be boring. Sure. So that once you are seeing chat, you will try and understand. Please, if you can see my screen, please give me one. Type in the chat box if you can see my screen. So let me know. If you can see my screen, please type one in the chat. Let me see. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lazari, Mr. Lucky FX. Okay. We have big traders inside the class tonight too, but I beg. We are all learners, so all is fine, all is fine, all is fine. So I think let me just find, okay, let me use crypto. Solana. Let us try and use this Solana first. Like, so now this is Solana chart. Solana USDT. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. Like I said, see now, all these places, see this candlestick now. You'll see that there are some places that price started selling from. Like now, if you look at this trend now, this is like this side, it is the downtrend. Because you can see different type of break of structure downward, break of structure downward, break of structure downward. Like you can see it. Firstly, this is the downtrend. So that's why I say everything that I have been teaching you will surely be useful. So now, this is the downtrend now. Let us see market now. See, market has been coming. Let me use this as an example. Market has been coming from here. This is the break of structure. This is the break of structure. One, a BUS. This is another break of structure. Another break of structure, like two. You can see now. This is another break of structure. So you have touched this thing before. If you do not know all these things, you have to just go back to the last recording. Fine. Now, do you see that these places now, market has been bearish. So it's coming down. It has the first break of structure here, the second break of structure here, the third break of structure here. But you know that this means that institution, they are still, you can see that all these things are huge candles. See, let me show you something here. Let me just use this arrow to show you something. See that you see this huge candle that starts selling here. These are the work of the institutions, like the big banks. This is their work here. You can see here now. See another fall here again. You can see it's different. Another big candle fall here again. So now you know that all these people, they are the ones selling around this place. But fine, that's not where we are going tonight. we are talking about order block. So now that is why market has been breaking structure downward, another one break of structure downward, another one of structure downward. Now, where do you now want to? I want to show you like the order block now. So you can see that from here now, look at this chart vividly like this. You will see that when price comes like this, let me use the part 2 so that you can understand, you can see it clearly. So parts, okay, now you can see that when markets now do this one reverse here, it comes down here, it comes here, it now do what? It comes back here, it now does what? Boom. Can you see something like this now? Then it come back here. So I will now show you what I'm trying to explain now. Let me reduce this one to be 1. Fine. Now you can see that when market blows structure downward here, then we have a what? We have like a market shifts. This is it. Like a change of character here. This is on our time frame. You can see this tells that this market, let me do like this ish. You can see it here now. We have a market shift here. Like it has changed character. Do you see now? Like it has changed character here. It's telling you that fine. People that are doing what? That this market is about to change trend. And I could remember that we teach you something like this, the change of character. Let me use this. Okay, now. So I remember that we taught something like this in this class. So now you can see that market has changed character. Then what do you want to see? Where are these people placing their order? That's your first thing. Since this thing has changed, it means that something is happening in the market that is against your what? Against your trend. Do you understand now? That's why I said that if you do not understand any of these classes that we have been doing before, please just have to go back to them because you surely need them. So now, market now comes downward, now comes down here. Then it does what? It changes character here. Then what do you now want to see? You want to see where you now, as a trader, you now feel like, oh, okay, I want to buy Solana now. It's time to buy Solana because we told you that whenever you see a change of character, you should have a change of bias in your mind. Even if you are not entering at that moment, you have to have a change of bias in your mind. Then now you have a change of character here already. Then you feel like, what will now be my order block? You will see like here, you see you have a pin, like an hammerhead here. Let me draw it out. You can see here now like this. You have like an edge, right? You have this candle here. It looks like one of the candle that Leader Abiola taught us here in the class. If you could remember, we have one here. Do you understand now? But in this one, in this thing now let us look at this one. You can see that after the change of character, where is the part 2? Okay. After this change of character, you can see that after this thing, see this long candle. I could remember the day Leader Abiola was taking us about Japanese candlestick, taught us the Marabozu candle. Like I said, like 3 consecutive candle will move like 1, 2, 3. You can see now. So this is part of the class. The candlestick that he taught, you can see is working every time. So now I'm just going back to the candlestick time so you can know that yes, all these things has been explained in the class. So now let me do this one. Let me remove this one as well so it can be clear. So now see here, after this one, this is like our order block. You feel like, okay, wow, this is my order block because after this candle, you can see a big move indicates a big Marabozu candle. Like that means that you can see that it is this type of black candle that drop hugely, that also does what? That buys here. You know that this is the work of the what? Of the institution. Then you want to do what? I told you that after your order block, it must have what? It must have FVG like an imbalance. Like here like this, you can see like I could remember he also taught us this one. I could remember he taught us something like this, that the space between, let me do this one. The space between this your 3 candle, that you use your 3 candle, I could remember. So this is an FVG, right? If I'm lying, you can go back to the video and you remember, wow, that guy taught us this thing. So this is an FVG like this. So an order block, when you have your order block candle like this, it must have an FVG. It must break structure. You can see this change of character now. I can call it a BOS because it changes, it breaks structure upward. I can call it a BOS, market shift, change of character, anything. That's what I mean. It must break structure. But mind you, that I said that people have different type of approach to the market. Some people will tell you that FVG, that the imbalance, it is not necessary in another block. So far, it is unmitigated. But me, based on my experience, I will tell you that it is important because it lets you know that that other block is very, very strong. Hope you are getting my point. Because I've heard a lot of things in trading and I've tested a lot of things as well. Some will tell you that it is not FVG or imbalance is not important. Fine, it might not be important, but one of the criteria that makes an order block a very, very strong order block is what? Is an FVG. So when you see it, it still makes you that sure that wow, this is my market, this is my setup is still sure. That's why I said that FVG is part of it. Then another thing is I said what? It must break structure or change character. So this is a break of character now. This is my change of character or a break of structure or market shift. I call it market shift actually because it is just like the first break for like the change in trend. So it might be change of character, fine. Everything is still the same thing, just English. Now, you can see, please let me check, maybe I have something in the chat box or not to, because maybe I'm firing like this. Okay, I think we are still good. Okay, I think we are good. So you can see the FVGA. Then I said what? It must be unmitigated. It must be what? Unmitigated. When I say that it must be unmitigated, it means that, let me show you something now. See, I'll still try and go to that time frame, but let us, since I can find one example here, so I think you can still use it. You can see that when price comes from here, it does what? It moves up here. You can see when this thing reverse, like this is like a reversal candle, this black one, it is my downtrend. So people like, if my chart is, my candle is confused, please don't be confused because some people might use green and red. It depends on when you start trading, you can use any color that you like. So me, I like this because it makes my chart somehow clean and fine. So you can see that this black one is my own bear candle now. When this candle comes down, it doesn't touch this other block. You see now, this is the candle I marked before. It doesn't touch it. Do you get it now? That means it is unmitigated. When price, let me do something like this. Let me show you what I meant. Like, let me say this is, I think we still have time so we can explain properly. So let's say this is like a move. This is the move, the candle, right? This is the candle. Then price does like this. Then it does something like this. See now, this is the other block, so that I can understand properly. Even before I know this thing, like I have to go and watch some other videos, other stuff like that, before I can get it properly. So like this is our other block now. Do you see now? This is our other block. This is our what? This is our FVG or imbalance, or like I can call it. See all this name, seriously, all this name to me, they are just different type of names. Some people will call them different type of name, but don't let name carry you. It's just like, even you can name your own this thing, can name your own name. So don't be carried away by ordinary name. I beg. They are just all English. So this is our FVG, Abby. Let me say this is our FVG or imbalance. Let me be mixing it. Imbalance. Okay, this is our imbalance, right? So you can now see that, see this price. Since when this one comes down, when this market, let me show you something now. So when this market, when this one move up, when it comes down, it doesn't touch this other block. It means that this other block is still unmitigated. And note, before the other block can be invalid, it must be what? It must be mitigated. Like, because this market makers, because they want to come and pick their order around here. That was why they left this other block for us and have this big candle and tell you that, see, when you see this thing, it means that market is just doing something stupid, like it's just moving like a very high volatility, because it is the work of the big banks. Nobody wants to drag price down. That was why you see this imbalance. So it is their work. So they are in control. So they left this block here for us, and they show us that yes, we are in control. And it is unmitigated. But before market, see, if big banks want to trade, They always do something. They always induce people, like they always trap all these retail traders. You understand? So they will leave something down for you that maybe you just like this one. What they did here, you can see that actually they want to pick the order from here. So they put big money here, they pump this thing, it comes up. You can see that it come down here, but it did not touch it. But they will come and put their entry around there. See here now. They'll come and put their entry around this place like this. Do you see? Then they'll start to they'll now boom, they'll move. This is how they trade. They will now move. But what did they do is that because they left this other block for you, where is the part to I'm coming? So they left this other block for you so that what? So that when they put their money here, they boom. But they will never want to lose. They just use this one down here to come and trap people so that some people will start buying from around this zone here. They'll start buying. They'll just come back because they need liquidity. That's why liquidity is very, very important in trading. They'll just come back and take it out. Then they will use this money. They will fuel this their order. When they come back here, they are in break even. They have made their money because they have pumped it. They have made their money. Then they have big money again. You just do what? You just fire. So this is where people like us, retail trader, that we want to join their move. But they use this other block to show us that yes, we are here. We want to pump Solana. I want to buy Solana. Like they want to pump Solana, so they are here for us. So they will leave this other block for us. Then you see this thing like this. This is a big move. You see an FVG. You see a market shift, change of character or break of structure. Then it is all mitigated because when price come here, it doesn't come back to this other block. Do you see now? You know what I'm saying? Let me now show you something now. So look at this chart, and I can see that from here now. Let me just try and shrink this chart small so you can see. I can now see that from here, part 2. And you can now see that, see, from here like this, they do what? They move up, Abi, they come back down. They did not feel this thing. They now do what? They come back up here. You can see that it's looking at what I drew down here. They now come back here, but they still have their order around here. What do? They come and take out these people that have here. They took them out to complete their order. Then does what? Then they start buying. So this is like some criteria that your order block needs so that you can have a very, very vital order block. I'll still use some other charts. You can see that what I just drew here, this diagrams I drew here, you can see that it is the same thing that was here. You see now that was here. That is how order block, like a very good order block. That's how it is. Because this order block is good, that's why markets come back here to fill this half of this imbalance. Then markets start buying. That is an order block. One. Let me show you something again. Like look at here. Let us go to maybe lower time frame so you can know that order block is everywhere. Okay, let me check. Okay, let me see something here. So actually, let me say this thing, when the big banks want to they want to buy or they want to sell, they use 2 blocks. They use order block and they use breaker block. But tonight, let us just focus on order block. I'm just telling you that one because you can know that there are still some things that they use. So, but let us leave that one for tonight. Let us focus on order block because sometimes you see that market just don't touch your order block. It just starts buying or starts selling. That means they follow a breaker there. So let us find new order block around here. Okay. Let us find new block around there. Okay, now let us see here now. See this is a lower time frame as well. I want to use as an example for us. You can use the buy and you can use the sell as an example. But let us use this sell as an example. Let us use this sell. Possibly let us use this sell, but see here now from here. So please let me just if you are getting my point, like if you are understanding me, please type 2 so that I can know that we are following. Please let me have 2. If you are getting the points, please type 2. Let me just know people are following me. If you are getting the points, please type 2. Nobody is typing 2. Am I still?
Let this class be interactive. If you're understanding, type 2. Okay. I believe that we have people here. Please.
let me know so that I will know I'm not just talking to myself. And we have like 19 people participants here. Please let me type to so we can continue because of time. Because I want to explain this thing deeply. So, okay. Thank you, Mr. Lucky FS, Mr. Martin, Mr. Olutunde. Okay, thank you, thank you. So let me just proceed because of time. So now look at here. Look at here as well. Let us use this cell as an example. See now, market does what? From here, let me use the part 2. See now, from here now, you can see market pushed up. It does what? It comes back down. You can see that this thing is like an aggressive sell. It's an aggressive sell, which is telling you that all these things that you are saying, these things, it's telling you that it is not just me or you that you are selling this thing. Like big people that they have big money, they are selling. At times they do all these things to manipulate markets. So now, you can see that they push back price down here. They push it back here. What's happened now? The price back here, but it now comes here. Do you see now? Then it comes back here. But before you can take this trade, why do you feel like this trade move like this? Actually, the sell is not that good, but it's still a good sell because firstly is that we are trading towards the trend. You can see that price has been bearish since up here. You can see because of structure, everything. So but it means that you want to trade towards the trend, not against the trend. But now I want to look for a sell setup here. Actually, we are trading with RoyalQ. So mostly we have our buy setup. But let me just use this thing to explain order block because I know at times you still have to go forward but just to understand the class properly. Because whatever I teach you on a buy, I have to explain on a sell as well, so you can understand properly that it works everywhere. Now, you can see that from here like this, market does what? Firstly, let me do this one. Market broke structure. Market broke structure, like this one here. You can see here, the one I drew here before. Market broke structure, Abby. It broke structure like this. Then what do you now see? From this leg that broke the structure, let me now mark out. You see that here would be what? This one, this candle, will be our order block. Why? First thing is that the price broke structure. Second, what do you see now? Secondly, we have an imbalance. Like all these things will give you, like you can see imbalances from here, from the bottom of this first candle to what? To the third candle. Do you see now? You can see this is like a very huge FVG or imbalance. Do you see now? It is very, very huge one. So actually this is 5 minutes. So FVG. Then what do you see? I told you that they want to do what? They want to trap people. Do you understand? That was why you can see that when they have this huge sell, what happened? They left this one here. They left another one, another something like this one here. This is the trap. You can see, like this one now. This is a trap. This is a trap for you. If you are selling from this place, or it is in a buy scenario and you're buying from here, you are in a trap because they need your money. This is the pullback. They need your money. Then what do you see? You can see, okay, thank God. You can see that, see now, people can see that people like me and you, they start doing what? They start selling from here. You can see this thing from here. They start selling. But what does the institution do? They need your money to go back to the other block. They have to see this one now. This other block has been mitigated now. You can see that before that price just come from here, it did not touch it. It is what? It is all mitigated. So it's block structure. It has FVG. Then it is all mitigated. You can now see that price does what? It gives you that trap that I told you. What do? They come back to that trap. People start selling because this is not the seller of a bank. This is like me and you. They start selling here. You can see that see this one now. This other fine. Let me thank God. Let me show you something now. You see something here now. Let me just do this one. See this other block that people start selling from. See here. This one. You can see this is like an inverse hammerhead, right? So this candlestick now. This candlestick, you see that people start selling from here. You can see that this one doesn't have FVG. It doesn't have imbalance. The arrow. You can see that this is a good order block actually. If it were to be in a very good, this is another block But see this middle of this candle, it doesn't have what? It doesn't have imbalance. The market come here. Do you see now? It comes here. Then does what? It take it out. It's not because it doesn't have imbalance, but it might be some criteria because it is not strong. But this place is a trap. So market now come back here. It took this thing out. So it's people starting from here. It's collected their money back to this what? To this other block. Can you see now? To this other block. Because you can see this is the work of the institution. Then they come back to this block. That's why I say that it is not just a price, but it's like a zone. You can see that from here, okay, from this bottom of this candle is 137.26. This one is what? 137.94. You can see that it's like a zone. It's like a price zone, not just a like a price line. It's like a zone. You mark it out. So now can see that they can now come back to their what? They come back to that place to fill their order to see. They will not market will not like bank will not want to lose. They come back here to fill their order. They do what? They sold. You can see now. From there, if I were to be a trader like you like this, I'll just come here. I'll just put my this thing. Like if it were a long scenario as well, you see this is my other block. I'll put it here. Then I'll put my stop loss above this other block because this is the place where they want to try. Then they do what? They will sell. Some people will target here, but in this scenario, you won't have to come and look at this low. That is a topic for another time. But you can take it. This low is still valid because what? You are in a downtrend. Let me check. Price should take it as. Let me see. Okay, thank God. Can you see now? You can see that price took it out. No matter how far, price took it because you are still in a downtrend. So when you trade towards the trend, you make like you have a higher probability of winning your trade. So I think this thing is you are getting it. Let me go back. I'll use another chart now, but I can see that we have a lot of example here. So you can see what I'm saying that you have to all these things are very, very important. You can see your break of structure now. One, you can see your FVG or imbalance here. Two, then what do you see now? You can see that this is our order block. Do you understand now? So all these things are very, very vital. It must have an FVG, it must be structure, and it must be unmitigated. So that is how you look for a good order block. Like let us look at something around here. Okay, now. Wow, thank God. Let me see something around here. Not seeing what I want, but this is another good down. Another good order block here. So okay, let me use another chart. What should I use? BTC. Okay, let me use spot BTC. Let me use spot BTC. Like, which one is this one? Let me go to the higher time frame. So now I want to show you. Okay, thank God. Let us use this some trade here as an example. Let us use some trade as an example. Let me see. Can I try and bend my screen? Sorry, I want to bend this screen. I'm looking for rotate, but okay, I've seen it. So now, good. Let us look at BTC chart now. Yeah, as BTC has been doing its wonder since morning, I've just stayed away from BTC this evening because I've been trading it before, like throughout since last weekend, I've been trading BTC, but this evening, like I have a stop loss there. Just have to just go out. So now let me show you. Okay, let us use some example for BTC now. Like see some trade that I took here. Maybe okay, let's use this trade as an example so I can understand. See here now, you can see that this Bitcoin, this is a spot like you are. Let me use this one to show you proper as a RoyalQ trader. Like you want to give your both parameters. How do you want to give your both, and how do you want to know when to tell your both to go and to set your parameters for your both to buy for you? Like now, let us use this one as a proper class for our RoyalQ of a thing now. So let me check time so I can know how to be fast. So now, like you know, as a trader, you are watching all these things. You can see market is coming. I just like the vertical than this horizontal, but I will manage it. Sha. If I'm using system, I will use a system screen. But phone like this, I feel like this was used too small. But let us just go, Sha. So now you can see that from here, what is happening? See, bank, what they are doing, what they are selling. I see here that Bitcoin has been on downtrend before. You can see now. But despite it's on downtrend, I'm still doing what? I'm buying and I'm selling. Why did I start? Why did I buy around here? See, okay, fine. Let's use this one first. You can see that I mark this trade. It is stop loss. Why? Because I don't choose the other block. But let us now come back here. Come and see this one now. You will see that when this market is coming down here, let me mark. Where's the tools? Two. Please, sorry, permit me to use this vertical stuff. I don't really like that horizontal when I'm using phone. So now, see now, this trade I took here, price is coming down here. Let me show something. It should be on the lower time frame, but let me just show you something. Price is coming. Let me use part 2. So price is coming from here. Let me look for. This should be on lower time frame, maybe on 15 minutes or 5 minutes. So I want us to understand it properly, so that you don't say that because I'm trading on 1 hour, I did not see that block. You see it any time frame. Do you understand? So that you see it on any time frame, either the higher time frame or the lower time frame. You surely see your order block. You see everything that. But I will advise you mostly. I go and look for my entry on higher time frame. Then I do what? Then I will come to lower time frame for entry. See here now. Yeah, this is let us go. So you can see here now that see market is doing what? Market is selling. Let me use the part to say. Market is selling. So since this market is selling, don't let me waste time. So market is selling all this one, a shark coming down, go back. You can see now that market is coming here. But what happened around this place? We have this thing. This is the last high for this thing. Market come here, it doesn't break this thing. Like you know that we told you that once this market broke structure, you are still doing what? You are still going on a downtrend. But it doesn't break. Instead of break, it stops here. It does what? Now, see how this market moved. It goes up like this, telling me that what? Market has changed what? It has changed it in trend. Like I will have my change of this thing here. I call this MSO, like market shifts. So because when I have my change of character, I know. So I call it market shift. So like I can see that we have our first break of structure now. That is it. Then what do you want to see? You want to do what? You want to pick out your what? You want to pick out your order block. But see, if you want to pick out the order block, mostly the order block will be the last. If you want to look for a buy, it will be like the last green candle. Let me say, this thing will take time. I don't want to draw. No, okay, don't let me draw. Let me do it like this. Don't let me draw so that it can be fast. See, if you want to look for your order block, majorly it is like the last. If it is for a buy, you look for the last red candle, before what? Before the buy. Like now, see, this is a buy scenario, right? I'll look for the last bearish candle. You understand? Before this huge move, before the move, that's my order block. If it were to be a sell, I'll look for what? The last bullish candle before my sell. But mind you, this thing works. And sometimes people will tell you that the color of a candle doesn't matter. Actually, it doesn't matter. But in some scenario, it helps you to know where to, like how you want to mark out your order block. Please don't misquote me. Because I've tried this thing. Some people will say A, some people will say B. I've tried most of them. I know how some of them play out. You can see that this one here, but to get like you're very good how to draw your structure, how to draw your order block. Majorly, it might be this is your last bearish candle before the bullish move. That is your order block. If it were to be a sell, it will be your what? Your last bullish candle before your bearish candle. This is my bullish candle. This blue is my bullish candle. Then this black is my bearish candle. My order block. Fine. Let's move. Note that one as well. But as well, they say that color of candle doesn't matter. But mind you, it matters at times. And mostly I think it matters. So don't let people confuse you. Now, you cannot say that I have my what? I have my market shifts. Then I will now mark out this my last bearish candle. My last bearish candle before what? Before the what? Before
they move. This is my last bearish candle, right? As my order block. But what do you now see now that when this market comes in, the path tools, when it moves from here up here, you can see that the blow structure. See, this doesn't have an FVG. Are you seeing me now? It doesn't have an order block. It doesn't have an FVG. That I'm telling you that I've seen some things that I've tried out. When you get to some certain extent, you know where to apply what to apply and what not to apply. You can see that this doesn't have an FVG or imbalance, but it broke structure. This is the main thing. It's broke structure. It come up, that it now come back down here to do what? To trap people. You see that you see that people will be selling from here. People will be buying from here, actually from here. People will be buying. Let us check. Do you see now? Like I knew. You see people are buying from here. That's how market institution, how they do their own thing. So now, see me now from here. I put my order block here. Do you understand? I know that market price will still come back to this place before it go back up. Do you get me now? So people now from here that they bought, so fine. Some of them will have made their profit till up here. You understand? But what happened? Price now come back. Do you see? It come back to try to take them out. All this their money, everything here, their money here, everything collected. Price now come back inside this order block. Do you see now? It come back inside this order block. Then it does what? It starts buying. That's when I will now go back to my 1 hour time frame. So you now, do you see now? Then it starts what? It starts buying. This is why I took this middle buy actually. This is why I took this middle buy actually. Do you see now? This one, let me unlock it so that you can see what you want to see. This one, this middle one. That is why I took it. So when you now, as a RoyalQ trader, when you now see that, fine, this thing has happened, you have selected the order. See, all this thing is not that hard. But I'm not saying trading is not hard, and it's not hard, but it takes a lot of time. Like, serious, everybody is still learning. Even people like us, I'm still learning. So, like this now, this is your lower time frame. So you can see that you have your order block, you have your market, your change of character or break of structure. Then you have what? That's it. Then you select your order block. So this is how you select order block. You use the last bearish candle or the last bullish candle, depend on the trend. You understand now? But mind you, like I'm saying, at times like that, your big candle might long. But let us do that one for another time, sure. Just note that one down. Anything that we teach in this class, please, you have to also go back to also practice. Please, the direction, let me know the time I have left so that I can know how to schedule my explanation so that I will not go too far. So now you can now see that from there now, price started what? Started buying backwards.
We have few minutes left.
Okay, thank you. I will try and add up now. So you can see the market starts buying. Then it does what? It comes here. If you want to look at this second buy here as well, why did I choose this one as well? Look at this. See, this thing is just like a very short, it's not hard. Look here again. Let me go back to, let me use 15 minutes this time, 15 minutes time frame. All these are cut on lower time frame actually. I think this one was Bitcoin of yesterday night when markets opened. Yesterday night. Bitcoin doesn't close up, but that was yesterday night. So let me look for that. This one now. It's not this one. This one. I want to show you. This one now. This trade now. This is, see now. You can see that if you look at this place here now, do you see that actually I can mark all this work can do as my order block? But when you get to some stage, you can see I can mark all this can do as my order block. But this thing might have a high stop, a lot of stop loss for me, like an open, like a very big stop loss for me. Then I have to do what? I have to refine this trade back to like 5 minute time frame. Do you understand? So let us check it on 5 minute time frame so you can see what I choose as my order block around that place. So I think the trade will show now. So like I've explained your criteria, I've told you why order block happened, that the big banks that are the one that wants to buy or sell from that order block. Second, I've told you the criteria to select your order block. You understand now? So I've told you what you have to look for. Things that are necessary and things that are not necessary. I've explained them to you. Then the next thing is now I'm not showing you how this thing plays out. I have this thing here. I saw it just now. I'm coming. I saw the trade here. Is it not loading fully? Okay, I think this is the trade. This is not even the trade, but let me use this one as an example. I think this is a trade of this afternoon. Yes. So look at this one. Fine. Look at this scenario now. You can see that. Look at here. I have this thing here. Let me just mark something like this. I'm coming. So look at here now. Market is coming what? Market is coming bearish. Market is coming bearish. That one I want to show. I did not see that trade. I don't know what I press. So market is coming bearish. It comes down here. This thing. All this one has story. You can see it. It comes down here. It comes here. It comes back here. It comes back here. The market come back here. It does what? It comes back here. Then what? It broke structure here. You can see. When it broke structure, it does what? It gives us this do back. You understand? But mind you, look at this thing. Let me show you something. Look at this place. You see this. I said I might this other block on was it on 30 minutes or 1 hour time frame? So you see other block everywhere. You just have to refine it. That is not a problem. But we are trading on spot. So you can see now. See. Do you see now? See, okay, let me use this one as an example. Do you see this other block around it? Do you see this candle? You can see that, look at down here. We have another block here. Fine, Abi. But when this thing moves, you can see that price come back and does what? It come back to, you can see that almost free this thing finish. Look at it. It comes up like this. It comes back. No, there is no imbalance here. And like price has already mitigated this thing. She understand like that. So, but look at here now. It now come here. That means that they have finished their this thing here. It now come back here. Give us this one. See how this thing move. You can see we have a break of structure here. We have this thing. We have this. We have FVG here or imbalance. You can see now. Then we have our other block here. Do you understand? Then what happens? Price now does what? Price come back. It took out this thing. This is our trap here. You can see. Then it come back to fill this thing. To fill this other block. What happened next? It starts buying. You can see the market is still buying till now. Bitcoin is still buying till now. I'm just using this so you can understand that. So you know as a trader now, you have know how to select your order block. You have know your criteria. Then you know when to be patient. Because if you just pick your order block and you're not patient, you just enter like the aggressive trader and you get taken out. Your account will just go. So this is another trade now. You can see that price come back to this thing. Then it does what? It starts buying. All these things are just simple. That's how you know your order block. You can see that this order block here, I can see it has been mitigated. I can see it has been mitigated. That's why they did not use this. It's supposed to use this one. You know, like this is the last downwards, but it has been mitigated. So you just have to leave this one. Then does what? Then the next one, since I thought that it must be all mitigated, but since this one has been mitigated, that was why these people they did not come back here. Thereby they does what? They only leave another order here. You understand? And this one break structure. Then they come back to feed the order. Then they move. You can see that what I've explained to you, that everything that I'm telling you about the rules of order block, I have shown you now. The one that have imbalance, the one that doesn't have imbalance. I have shown you the one that the candle is not the last bearish before this thing. I'll show you the one that is unmitigated and the one that has been mitigated. So this is just everything. So I believe with this one like this, you should understand what I've explained about order block, how to take them, the rules to take them, how they play out, what people say about them, and what works and how it doesn't work. So you also have to just go back. You have to go and learn about this your own, like see something around here now. This is why I say that markets will not favor you every time. See this one, see this chart now. You can see that this is like another, this is another block here. See, you can see that we have the last, you can see I marked it out. We have the last what? We have the last bearish candle before bullish candle before this bearish move. You can see it has another block. Very good one. You can see that this thing shows that is an institution that they are selling here. The big banks that are selling here. You can see that we have it here. We have this pullback. This thing broke structure. Then see what? Price come back to it. it does what? It sold. Do you see it sold back down here? That's just it. It sold back down here. Like, I mark this. If I want to sell this trade now, I can sell it that time. But I just leave it. You can see now. Then it sold back down here. This happened like some few hours ago. You can see now. From here, when it come back to this other block, it sold back down this one to this other block. Then from this other block, it does what? It starts buying. On other block is not that hard. Just understand it properly. Know the rules. Know when to apply it and when you have to stay away. And I think that fine. I think that people that the institution use order block and breaker block, like that, those two type of, we have different type of block actually, but let me just use the common one, order block and breaker block. See this block now. It is a value block. I see that price come back from here. It's come here. If I want to start buying this Bitcoin again, I'll just what? I'll just place my tools here. But because I was preparing for class, actually, I don't even check chat since around, because I slept. I just woke up, alarm woke me around 8:20 something. That's when I woke up. You just do this thing, start buying. Do you understand? Because this is a breaker block. This is like a breaker block. This is also work of institution. You can see now this is a breaker block here. Because this other block that failed is a breaker block, but that was not the topic for today. Next time, you can see that when the price broke it, it does what? It come back to retest it. I'm just telling you this so you can know that this is a work of institution. It from here, it's broke, come back to retest it, then start moving. You can see an FVG around here. Do you see now? The price is giving us an FVG. This one has not closed actually, but my close as an FVG. Then you know that this is work of big banks. They start buying again. And we also join them. So I'm not telling you to go and buy Bitcoin when you want to sleep to a beg. I mean, anything can happen, but this is like a very good buy to go for. But I'm not telling you to go and set your buy tools or buy a position for to go and buy Bitcoin. No, because we still have, can see that we still have some places around there. So you just have to be careful. But so let me check the time. I think, okay, let me just use this
Thank you
last
so
one.
much.
Okay, so I think with that, you should understand order block properly. So I think we can take questions from now so that we won't just waste time. This is 9:30 already.
Okay, please, do we have any question? You can use the chat or unmute yourself and ask your question. Do we have any question, please?
Yeah,
You can use the chat.
I want to, Lucky FX said, color of the candle matters in most cases, 60%. Like, thank you very, very much. Like, you know, like I said that even me, I told you that some people will say, I like why you use 60%. I like that because, like I said, I told you that color of the candle to me, it matters. But some people will tell you that it's not matter. Anyhow, they know how they choose it, you understand? And even me as well, I use that because I think I'll just mark, because if I'm trading on like a higher time frame to a lower time frame at times, if I'm in lower time frame, I can choose another color of a candle so that I can meet up my higher time frame entry. So that is like that for this class, that the color of the candle matters. Like I said, it matters a lot. But when people tell that it doesn't matter. But I like how you said it is 60%. Like you are really, really on the way. I like it. You are not biased, so I like it. So that's good. 60%, but that tells us that the color matters a lot. But to some extent, when you move, some big traders will tell you it doesn't matter, but leave it for them. For now, it matters. Like I said, that you have to select the last bullish candle before your bear move, or the last bearish candle before your bullish move. So thank you. I like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Lucky FX, you can do like 5 minutes before we round up. Lucky FX, are you there?
Maybe you did not give me mic. You can give me mic so I can.
It's unmuted.
Okay.
Okay, we
Lucky
can
FS, are
hear
you
you.
here? Come and share us from your own cup of tea, from your cup of knowledge. You want to Please, if you have something to add, you can. We did not hear you, please. Let me mute my mic.
I think your network, because we can't hear you, or your audio. Audio is maybe bad. I see that you are muted, but we can't get any sound. So probably maybe next time we can do so. But we cannot hear you. There's no sound is not coming out. And you are unmuted. All right, since we do not have any question, thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow we have our prospect meeting. Okay, so make sure that you invite your guests, your prospects. Make sure you invite
Sorry, can
everyone.
everyone hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was using system before and I was not connected to any webcam or mouthpiece. That was why you couldn't hear me. Um, Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abhishek. You taught SMC very well. This is a master class, and I just want to chip in some things. I just want to chip in some things. There are, like you said, there are characteristics you see or you pick when or you see before you go into other blocks, before you take other blocks. Now, speaking of in if we go back to that Bitcoin chart, if you go back to that Bitcoin chart, why I said color matter 60% is because if you can tell when your candlestick open and when it closes, that means color does not matter to you. But as a newbie, you if without the color of the candlestick, without you knowing that okay, red means the market is this is a sell, green means is a buy, you can never understand other block that way. Because one thing about it is it's price action matters a lot. It depends on where your candlestick is opening from and where it's closing from. And then other blocks has a lot of things for you to determine. It's not just all the things you just mentioned. There is a very broad topic, is way beyond this. There are other criteria you see. There are other things you also see before you think, okay, this is a valid order block, and if I'm to pick trade from it. And for sports trading, yes, order block is one of the best when it comes to sports trading because it gives you, okay, yes, this is when the big participants are already in the market. This is when they buy and you follow the trend. Essence is all about following the big participants. And they must always come back to that particular point to pick up their trade. They don't leave it. They don't buy like us. They don't take profit or losses the way we take. What they do is they push the market to the any direction they want it, and then they will always come back to pick their order from it. And like you said, yes, in a good order block, you must see a fair value gap. And also, you also know that whenever an order block is coming, if you notice 80% of the order block, there must be a liquidation, like they must liquidize the market because so many people already know that yes, there's another block here. They don't expect the big participants to come and just allow you follow them and push the trend. They must want to take your money. So a good order block too, you must see liquidity there. Yes, you must see they must want to take your money. They must want to deceive you before they can now start pushing the market to their direction. If not for time, I would have loved to show some examples, but there's another day.
Yeah,
And I want
would have
to
you.
Ma,
Would have you on the next one.
all right, no problem. So on the
Thank-
next one, we'll still be talking about the other block because there's a lot more to it than this.
Yeah.
And
All right.
it's a master class in one, trust me.
Of course,
And
that's
you
why
will
we
do
have it
very
like
well.
every time, and we encourage people to come along so they can follow up on these classes. When you miss one, like
Yeah, please let me.
especially
Okay.
ABFX, when you miss one, you'll be confused. So you need to keep attending these classes so you can follow up. So thank you so much,
Yeah, please, I want to say something.
Lucky FX.
Please give me like 1 minute, please. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky FX, like I really appreciate what you said. You understand? Like if you notice that all that you said, they are what I've mentioned. But the thing also is that, see, like you said, other block is broad. And like I also said that when it gets to some level, when people have to practice themselves, they will understand how other blocks still work. But why this thing is like what I taught tonight, like the basic order block, like I think for trading of sports, because we are trading with RoyalQ here, and we are dealing usually with sports, you understand? Like we are not going to like maybe like it's not the advanced, maybe you are now trading futures alone, you understand? So you know that time I said that you can still refine order block from 1 hour to like 5 minutes time frame. And I showed the charts. So all these things are still advanced class of order block. But why I just have to stop at that point that okay, can use the last bearish candle or the last bullish candle is because we are dealing with sports. You understand? Like you have to be scared of any risk like that. So you are open to like, so that's why that the block gangan is not really now start to I don't have to expatiate further on the blocks. You understand? Because of we are trading with RoyalQ, but we just have to teach people this thing so that some of them might also want to venture into the futures trading. But basically, this is like the RoyalQ platform, and we are working towards what they really need. And I believe that based on all these things should be okay to trade for RoyalQ or spot trading. So that was why it was taken like that. And I know all you said is very, very correct. I said I also said everything. But about the refinement of the other block or the advanced class, that was why it was just limited to that level. You understand it? Because you are doing with sports. So my guy, thank you very much. Maybe the
Thank
next time
you
that we
so
have more
much.
class, you will just carry on.
Thank you so much, FX. What I usually say is that if you want to do a class, on RoyalQ or cryptocurrency trading, if you want to do a full class, we will sleep here. We'll sleep here. I on Fridays I have a topic that I usually present, RoyalQ user orientation. If you leave me, it's just I have to follow time, which is like an hourly limit, so people don't get tired easily. Or if you leave me in that class, I can do like 5 hours just now talking about the whole features in RoyalQ. In fact, that 5 hours safe to not even be enough. So most of these things I would have to be taking it bit by bit, because if you keep people and just talk about everything at once, a lot of people will be lost. So that's why we have to take it bit by bit. And thank you so much, Mr. ABFX. You did amazingly well. It was an amazing class. And also, OKFX, thanks for your input. To all the co-hosts here today, thank you so much, everyone, to the members for coming out. Knowledge is not something that is final, okay? For you to get and understand something, it's a process. Even I am continually learning. So if you stop learning, you're already outdated. So there's the new strategies keep coming out. So you have to be coming to these classes to be updated. Okay. Tomorrow we have our prospect guest class, introduction to cryptocurrency and RoyalQ. Please make sure you invite at least one person to this to the class. Please make sure that you push the link out there so that you can invite and get people to attend the tomorrow's classes. Also, you have to obviously come in with them. That class is not just for prospect alone. No, It's not just for prospects, it's for members too, but bring in your prospect also, because we talk about introduction of cryptocurrency and also RoyalQ. You also, as members, can learn from that. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see us tomorrow, same time, 8:30. Please let us make sure that our alarms are set. It will save you a lot. If you don't think I will remember, my own alarm is set. I'm a human being. I can be doing other things. I can get carried away. That's why you see that there's no time I'm late. Okay, there's no time I'm late, because some or few of the times when I get carried away, my alarm is going to bring me back and remind me. So please let us make sure that our alarms are set for these classes. Our classes Monday to Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time. On Sunday, you can take out time off, and also you can practice what you have learned on Sundays. But our meetings, Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Make sure that your alarm is set. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll see us tomorrow again. Bye.